First of all, these are the list of names you gotta know. Iron Man, aka Tony Stark. Pepper Potts, his assistant and lover. Obadiah Stane, aka Ironmonger, aka the bad guy. Colonel James Rhodes, aka Rhodey, Happy the security guard, and Phil Coulson from S.H.I.E.L.D. So the movie starts off with Tony Stark, a billionaire playboy and celebrity. His deceased father, Howard Stark, hands him a company called Stark Industries, a company that makes weapons. Tony is testing those weapons in Afghanistan, but gets kidnapped and held hostage by a terrorist group called the Ten Rings. They basically want Tony to build the missiles to do bad stuff with. Tony and his cellmate Yinsen pretend to agree to that, but instead of making the missile, they make this rust bucket of an Iron Man suit. That glowy thing in Tony's chest, something he and Yinsen built to keep some shrapnel from when they got kidnapped from stabbing Tony's heart and killing him. They call it an arc reactor. That's important later. Tony straps on the suit, goes all berserk, and escapes from the cave. Yinsen dies, and Tony gets rescued by his good friend Rhodey. Back in the US, Tony announces that Stark Industries will no longer be making weapons, which upsets his business partner, Obadiah Stane. Tony replaces his cave-made arc reactor with a brand new one that he made, and basically recreates an entire Iron Man suit, a much sleeker and better looking one. At a company event, he and Pepper Potts have a little moment together, and he finds out from a reporter that more Stark weapons are being used by terrorists. He straps on the suit, flies over to the Middle East, goes on a little hero quest saving civilians, all while staying anonymous to the US government. Unfortunately, Obadiah Stane got so pissed about the no more weapons announcement that we find out he recruited the Ten Rings to recollect the original Iron Man suit from the desert. He kills him for it, and Pepper Potts finds out through a little bit of Nancy Drewing that not only is he trying to rebuild the suit, but that he's been the one sending weapons to the terrorists and that he was behind Tony Stark's kidnapping. We then see Obadiah attacking Tony to get the arc reactor from his chest because that's what powers the Iron Man suits. Tony nearly dies. A good thing Pepper saved the old arc reactor because that's what he straps on and he gets back to work. Pepper, Phil Coulson, and a bunch of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, which is basically a Marvel version of the FBI except for superheroes, go to arrest Obadiah. But at that point, it's a little too late. Obadiah is all geared out in his Ironmonger suit, fully kitted out, and attacks him. But here comes Tony, saving the day. They get into a huge fight, flying around, throwing cars in the street. And through a little bit of collaboration between Tony and Pepper, Obadiah gets blasted and fried. The next morning, while Tony's getting ready for a press conference, Phil Coulson hands him an alibi to explain everything that happened so that people don't get suspicious. But at the last second, Tony scraps that idea and tells him straight on.
I am Iron Man.
And that's the movie. In the post-credit scene, a mysterious man tells Tony that he's there to talk about the Avengers Initiative. That man's name is Nick Fury. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more.